Episode 14.
We are back.
We're live, boys.
What is up, everyone?
What is up? I'll tell you what's up. I'm fucking stressing out. Now you asked why, right? No, you didn't. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. Yeah.
Well, you know why.
Break the news.
Let's break the news real quick. So we do this thing every week. We're in our little meeting, chats. So we're supposed to be going live Saturday, August 15th.
Yep.
Jack is on he's on the page. Yeah. And then what does Jack say? Oh, I thought we were going live Sunday.
Yep.
And now Jack is not here.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit of a breach of contract.
I don't know, man. We're gonna have to punish him. We're gonna have to make him. I think we're gonna have to make him walk around Manhattan with like a fucking
without
leather,
a mask.
Like a leather, without a mask. There you go.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's a good punishment.
I was gonna say put a leather gimp mask with just the fucking mouth open.
No, he's gonna have to wear the leather outfit, but without a mask.
Yeah.
That's a good punishment.
So even Jack, when he's not here, fucks us up once. It's kind of weird not having him on, right? His Fredo Wi-Fi.
No, I think it's not opening up with sunshine and palm trees.
Yeah,
or palm trees and sunshine.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Victor, how you doing?
I'm good, really good.
Good.
Happy
Anything
to be
new?
Here. Nothing. Normal day-to-day life. That's it. Starting a new career.
Starting a new career.
Yep.
What do you got?
Actually, it's in the same industry.
You don't want to talk about it?
Not really.
It's like your dad checking your temperature.
It's boring. It's not fun. What I do is not fun. And
I don't want to hear about your coding, dude.
Yeah. I just sit there and type things all day. Right. It's funny to speak it out loud.
Well, we have someone on, last minute guest, I appreciate you coming. Marvi, how you doing?
Welcome, guest.
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for filling in for Jack's spot.
No problem.
Are you interning? Are you taking I take resumes.
Well, I thought this was a full replacement gig.
Yeah, it might be.
Welcome to the show, Marvi.
Kidding, Jack.
We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you for coming down short notice.
Absolutely.
I mean, me and Victor were stressing out. We were like, I don't know, do we do it? Do we fucking just do it us two? Or,
we'll do it live!
Or fucking, I said, nah, we need a third person. It's always good to have like that third.
Oh, absolutely. The first person who came to mind was Marvi.
Well, variety is the spice of life.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. I do like that.
Well, the thing is, if we were on a debate and he goes one way, I go the other way, it's kind of like, well, who's there to agree or disagree unless you're in the fucking middle then?
Oh, that's bad
That
news
defeats the purpose then.
Because he and I tend to agree about everything.
Yeah,
we do get along with a couple of things. So
what do you agree about? We'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, let me do a proper introduction. So we have Marvi here. Where are you from exactly? Like Queens?
Yeah, I'm a Queens kid. I grew up in Queens.
What do you do for a living?
So I'm a MEP engineering consultant. And what that means is I'm on the design side. So the thing with engineering is like everybody says they're an engineer. Like even people who do like refrigerators or whatever. They
like the people in hotels. Yeah, I'm an engineer and they fix a doorknob.
So if I can 3D print something, does that mean I'm an engineer?
Well, I mean, if you want to call yourself an engineer, I mean, at this point, go for it.
Well, I mean, I'm a computer engineer or software engineer, I guess. So technically, that's different from what you do.
See, that's where it gets interesting because before, to be an engineer, you needed an engineering degree. But now we have computer science people becoming software engineers. And I can't, as an engineer, I can't deny them the right because what they're doing is technically engineering something from scratch. They're building something. There's a science to it. So I have to I don't mind saying, okay, take the engineer title.
So cool.
Wait, so what exactly is the definition of an engineer?
I mean, see, the thing is like, classically, you have to go to school and you get a degree in computer, electrical. So there's a computer engineering degree now. You get an electrical degree, you get a structural degree, which is civil as well. So you can get a civil degree or you can get a concentration in structural. You can get a mechanical degree, biomedical. So there's all these variations, but these are like the core engineering degrees. And once you have that, then technically you earn. So the thing with engineering is it's kind of like a trial by fire. You go through 4 years of intense pain to
How dare you?
to
You're not used to the sound effects, are you?
No, but I do enjoy them.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like if you didn't go through the pain, you haven't earned the title. But then there's some some people who just are really good at what they do, and they didn't necessarily go through the pain.
Well, I can relate to that because I think the word architect is thrown out freely. Maybe similar to our engineers. So, like in my field, my title would be an integration or an API architect. So I am labeled by a company as an architect, but I didn't go to school for architecture specifically.
I mean, that's also like a completely different type of architecture, even though in like, so you're building in the digital world and architects are building in the real world. So you're still doing the same thing, just in different.
One you could do
Polar
sitting
sides,
down. One you have to do going to the job sites.
Yeah.
Well, I
mean,
think you could do both sitting down, right?
most of the time.
I think you got to go see the space before you.
Yeah. See, I can't talk bad about architects because they're my clients. So
Yeah.
full disclosure.
No, good PR. No, I just think that
Actually,
the
my
words,
cousin and my godfather, he does what you do. Exactly. He's in the city too.
So back to answer your actual question, because I was talking about engineering. So on the construction side of engineering, which is what I'm in, you have consultants, and then you have a manufacturing side where people design equipment that the consultants specify on the project. So somebody's going to create pumps or customize tanks for us. And then you have the contractors. And so engineers like myself can go into the contractor side, and what happens is, are you getting bored?
No. That's my boner.
Oh, okay. So what happens is that the contracting side engineers basically kind of have to fight us because their goal is to design and build what we've done for cheaper. So like they'll buy the project for, 200 million and try and do it in $150 million worth of design. So we go back and forth and say, hey, you can't cut corners here.
It's almost like a guy going to a whorehouse.
Yeah,
He's got the $500, but he doesn't want to spend the whole $500.
Well, and I'm not going to dance for free.
Yeah.
So I think that's the easiest way to break it down. But they're also in like other manufacturing, like if you want to do airplanes or 3D printing, there's legit engineers who do that.
Yeah. Helicopters.
Yeah. So like if you want to go to Boeing, like
I know that Boeing has actually a really good PMO, project management.
yeah.
I have
Oh,
I've worked with an ex-Boeing project manager.
Are you guys familiar with Gundams?
Gundam style?
No, like actual Gundams, like the huge robots that the person goes in and just blows everything up. Like,
Those are real?
Yeah. So, yeah, so you don't know that. So
There you go. Explain.
So the whole thing about Gundams is like these. So the military, if it can kill people and be used as a weapon or to protect others, it's already been done. So Japan already has like life-size Gundam suits or whatever. And I think it was around 6 years ago, a private company made a Gundam that doesn't move on two legs. So the whole thing, like in the anime or the shows, is that the Gundams use like plasma or like nuclear fusion reactors to fly and this and that. In real life, they don't have that. So they built one like with the octopod legs, like 6 legs or whatever, and it operated on diesel. And they were pushing it as this shoots water grenades and like 10,000 BBs per minute. But really, what happens is like the military takes that, it doesn't shoot BBs anymore. It shoots bullets. It doesn't shoot water grenades. It shoots like lock-on missiles. So stuff like that.
That's pretty dope.
But the thing is, like, you could wipe out cities so easy if you just run in with 3 of them into the city. How are you taking that down? You're gonna have to call your fighter planes or whatever. But like, so they're already working on stuff like that. And this guy came into my fluid mechanics class. He was working on classified military stuff at the time. And I was like, yo, how come you guys don't utilize plasma? Like it's been in shows forever. Like, why don't you utilize it? And he was like, we are working on using plasma for propulsion on our planes and other equipment, but I just can't talk about it yet. And the technology is still relatively new. But when they've been working on it, that means they've been working on it for years. So it's only a matter of time until it gets locked down.
Released.
Yeah.
I thought Gundams were just cartoons.
They're sick.
The only Gundam I heard was
Gundam style? Yeah.
Gundam style.
Gundam
Was that from Korea?
Yeah, but that was the most viewed
Yeah.
YouTube video.
100%.
I think he was the first one to break 1 billion. But that's actually really interesting. I didn't realize those existed.
Well, I mean, you don't see them.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
I
so
know.
dangerous. Like, think about it. If you just have a Gundam come up to a city, like what are you going to do?
That's what they need to have.
Yeah.
Maybe after the elections, we'll
we'll
get some
probably see
Gundams out there.
I mean, I think that.
After the pandemic, we're going to just see a bunch of Gundams running through the cities.
But I mean, as a society, we've evolved so much with our technology that, like, even if you were to contribute to that level of destruction, there are much more simpler ways. Like, you can literally not that I encourage this or I like I enjoy artificial intelligence, but you can like employ nanotechnology. Like you can literally fill balloons up with nanotechnology and pop them, and they can be programmed to, once inhaled, go target brains and shut the brain down.
Yeah.
So you could like wipe out people so easily if you. I do not encourage this. Like I'm getting too excited about like the potential of
engineering. You bring it up.
And the people they can definitely use that on people. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, right now the world they're all brainwashed and they're being controlled by wearing these masks. I mean,
yeah, I guess. I mean, I think I wear it as a courtesy.
It's more of a compliance than really. They're just trying to get away with.
I do agree that I wear it as a courtesy to others, but I mean another thing.
Courtesy to others. But if you're alone walking,
I don't.
to the deli,
I don't wear a mask.
you can keep it in your pocket
until
you get to the deli.
You should always keep it in your pocket until you have.
But
consent.
that's the mind control the city's playing.
When do you think that's going to end?
I don't think it's going to end November 4th exactly. But I'm sure after the elections, it'll definitely go away. They'll have a vaccine, but I think before the vaccine, they're gonna hit a martial law.
You think? I don't think
they're gonna try to get the in votes. They're gonna have to do something to get people to stay in.
Well, they did it during the Boston bombing. It is
in Boston
unconstitutional. Oh, you're saying nationwide?
How do you even trust a vaccine that's been rushed by pharmaceutical companies?
Well, there's been a patent for the last 5 years, right? Something like that.
Yeah, but I'm sure patents exist. Like COVID's not.
They have the cure.
COVID is not new, right?
I don't even think COVID
and coronaviruses are old, but just this strain is new.
COVID-19. So I guess it's the 19.
Well, I mean, we're in 20, so it expired already.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, it's by the year, right?
Exactly.
But I think we'll be wearing masks for the next couple of years.
You know, this is what
annoying,
I love,
man.
So I hate wearing masks now, but like November, everybody was getting sick. Like everybody I knew so I take the Long Island Railroad, and people, you know, I don't want to say everyone's disgusting, but the majority of people on it just cough. They don't cover their mouths or anything. And I got really sick in November. So come December, I ordered masks, like black cloth masks, and every time somebody would cough or sneeze, I just mask up, and it makes so like I'm not a germaphobe, but I do kind of really not like germs.
Yeah.
So I would mask up if I noticed people were coughing, and it just makes me feel a little more comfortable. But then Corona hits, and I was already masked up, and I'm like, yo, I've been masked up since like December now. I don't want to wear the mask anymore.
Yeah. I didn't start the masks until recently, until I had to.
I was ahead of the game. I thought I was like one of those cool Japanese kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the thing is, this is what I regret. Last summer, I was like, I really, really want to make like stylish masks, like silk, like high quality stuff, like something you could see Gucci pushing. And I didn't do it. But if I had done it, I would have been so.
Yeah, because masks you couldn't find.
Yeah,
I was 3D printing them.
Yeah, I know you told me for the hospitals, so it was good of you.
And you can still flip them relatively. Like if you buy in bulk, you can get a K95 mask for like 75 cents and sell for $2.
Yeah. So that's a good business model for someone. I don't have the energy for that.
So I got a question. No, I got a question. I got a good topic. I know I sent it to you. You came last minute, so you gotta. I mean, we normally do improv anyway, but so someone sent me a guy I work with sent me a video, and it's from Vice. It was a bunch of Colombian people fucking donkeys.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I swear.
Oh no.
It's real.
It's a thing.
No, I'm saying oh no.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be.
No.
Oh no, it's real.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, I mean, listen, us Americans here. Yeah, no, I got some music playing.
This music
us
is
Americans here. If you don't see it our way, we don't see it anyway. Now, I'm not agreeing that it's fucking normal. Obviously, to us, it's not normal behavior.
I mean,
but and it's not all Colombia. So let me narrow it down. It was the place
like
was called Cartagena. Isn't
Cartagena?
Cartagena? Well, I think they pronounced the G with the H. So Cartagena.
Yeah, it's definitely Cartagena. I think that's where Pablo Escobar's from.
No, I thought that was Medellin.
Well, I think he came from Cartagena.
But this is such an insult to the Colombian women. I mean, Colombia, they have a lot of beautiful women. And you're gonna go and
and like 10 minutes away,
get a donkey? Like, are you kidding me?
Well, so here,
hey, she had a fat ass.
Yeah. So basically, what happens is they're actually prescribed that by doctors.
They're prescribed,
and it's like a cultural thing.
Yeah.
too.
So it's a cultural thing. So they're prescribed that by doctors at puberty. So 14, 15. That's when it starts. And they believe that having intercourse with a donkey makes them more endowed over time. So over the years, they start to create this, this attraction to donkeys to the point where some of them are married. Like there was a story where there was one guy, he was walking, home from work or whatever. So he's walking in the mountaintop at a beautiful day in Colombia, and he looks over, and from the hills, he sees a female donkey. And I'm going to quote from this, but he says, the female donkey had a large bum.
She had a large what?
She had a large ass.
Yeah.
So he decides to walk over to the donkey and have sex with it.
Oh, that's a jackass.
And he was a married man. Why? Because he's actually attracted. So it's kind of like what? What is that? Bestiality? Not bestiality.
Well, bestiality is the act. Zoophilia is the
attraction.
Attraction, the love for an animal.
Yeah. So over time in adolescence, they're growing up being told to be with donkeys. That the fact that they actually get attracted to them.
Well, they said something about it. It could enhance the penis.
Yeah, it makes
it
them more
larger.
endowed. Yeah, more endowed.
Who knows if that's true? And then I remember they interviewed one of the women. She goes, "Well, as long as he's not fucking any other woman, and he can fuck as many donkeys as he wants."
Yeah, because the doctor, and the parents tell him too. The parents are like, "Oh, prepare for this. Prepare to be with an actual woman. Go be with that donkey."
Well, like I said, it's not all of Colombia. It's just that little neck of the woods.
I'm gonna have to take the side of the Colombians who don't have sex with donkeys on this one.
Yeah, I'm with them.
It's definitely odd. It's I don't know. I think that's first of all,
especially at the ages. I mean, well, they say the women, the people there are very like Christian, Catholic, whatever they are, and that they save themselves for marriage and these kids. They're like, come on, how long can you have blue balls for?
Yeah,
you gotta fucking. One kid goes, I have a girlfriend, but she's not. And this kid's like 12 years old. He goes, I have a girlfriend, but she's not putting out.
Yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe that. Then they actually had a competition who was with more donkeys.
Yeah, that was funny.
Can the donkeys even consent at that point?
Well, that's the whole thing, right? That's what makes it wrong.
No animal can consent.
I think intercourse is both, mutual consent.
I think this is unethical in many ways.
No, absolutely. I don't even think that part of Colombia had internet. It looked very
no way. So
undeveloped.
I'm thinking about Cartagena or whatever, which is like kind of popular, right? And you guys are saying like Cartagena. Maybe they're not the same.
Cartagena. Well, it's spelled Cartagena. I think you're pronouncing it as an American, how we would pronounce it. But I believe they pronounce the GE as a he.
Well, how big is Cartagena? It could be, I'm sure it's,
No,
Look, listen, New York is diverse, right? And you have New York City, and then you have
Queens is the most diverse borough, too.
But then you have all the way upstate New York, where it's not. So it's possible that it's...
So, like, I just pulled this up. Is this what you're talking about?
Say for the viewers.
Yep.
This is a like a big city.
Is it?
Oh, I guess that's where it happens then.
Yeah,
because
so
that's
I mean,
where
Well, it
the
happens in
documentaries are.
they said the north of that place.
Yeah.
Okay, so
In the mountains, baby.
Well, I mean,
It could be a very rural area.
you know,
You think that's why people go fucking hiking every weekend? They're trying to figure out where the donkeys are?
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's an attraction. I don't know. It's very, there's cultures and cultures, but like you said, there's the American way to do it, and we just don't see it yet any other way.
No.
I think that's crossing the line.
well, I mean, if you're not first, you're last, right?
Yeah.
Shaking
Well,
back.
that goes on to eating foods too. Like I said, in America, what we think is normal to other countries, they think,
Well, yeah, food.
like China,
Well, so
the wet markets.
Am I insensitive for saying that if you're a third world country, you don't have an input? Like I really just think that the more scientifically the more scientifically advanced, I'm not saying Colombia is a third world country. I'm just saying in general, the more scientifically advanced countries should lead culturally and with food, because in third world countries, sure, they may not have the privileges or luxuries to eat what we eat, but like some of the stuff they do should not be done. Like we have the
well, that's us saying that.
I think I would disagree with that a little bit.
That's us saying
Because I
that.
think that's primitive. third world countries are a little bit more primitive.
Yeah.
So if you don't think about evolution, well, what were the Native Americans doing? Probably the same thing the third world countries are doing today. But we've figured out a way to artificially create crops to support a society. Listen, if you were raised to eat something, or you were raised to, that's your life. That's the way it is because you were raised that way.
But
we were raised by corporations.
It doesn't make it right, though. Just because
No, it doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it wrong either, though. I'm not talking about donkeys right now. I'm talking about let's just specifically diet, right?
Well, not even with the donkeys in particular, but like dietary needs.
Not to cut you off, but you think that's where Jack is in Cartagena, Colombia?
You know what?
Maybe that's why he didn't want to come on the show.
He deep down, I think he realized that he has an attraction to the donkeys.
I think Jack wanted to fuck a donkey.
Yeah.
Did I lose your train of thought?
Well, it's very difficult to keep.
No, but I don't think there's a right and wrong when it comes to, like, listen, if your society is scientifically advanced to support your society, right?
I'll use China as an example. Like they believe tiger bones have medicinal properties, so they kill tigers and consume their bones. Now, China's not a third world country. It's developed. However, how do you defend that? How can we defend that?
Exactly.
I mean, most of the world disagrees with it. So, like, do you say, okay, the general population of the world says, do not kill tigers?
Well, then
for their
also
bones?
we live in a country where people. I mean, not like I said, I love animals, but having a birthday party for your dog, putting it in a dress, and buying a $5,000 cake. I mean, and then you wonder why people are fucking bombing us because they can't eat, and your dog's having a fucking sweet 16 party.
Well, I mean, so who are you to decide how another person spends their money? That's what makes our country great.
I get that, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Like, I mean,
Well, okay, so if you're saying that in China there's a certain culture to eat, was it tiger bones?
well, they consume them. I don't know how they exactly do so, but yeah, they believe that tiger bones have medicinal properties.
Is there any scientific proof that there is a value? There is a health benefit to it?
See, so they say it's old Chinese medicine.
Okay, I mean, there's a huge market for that. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
but
I mean-
I would think that regardless, it could be cultural or
But I mean,
belief.
bones are bones. They're made. Bones are like calcium, right? They're just because it comes from a tiger doesn't mean it's not calcium anymore.
No, I agree. I mean, I see your point. I disagree with the fact that you're
they have a
eating
lot
tiger
of
bones.
remedies though.
Only because tigers are endangered.
Yeah. So like,
But if they were the equivalent to the cow, we eat cow bone. That's actually a delicacy in restaurants. It's bone marrow. Bone marrow.
So
is definitely a
I
delicacy.
don't eat cow bone.
Have you ever had bone marrow?
No.
I have.
No.
It's a delicacy.
I
It's
have
good. It's
goat
actually
brains before.
good. Okay, that's not something a normal day person would
No, but I was with Jack's dad, so I don't think he's that normal
at a
either.
restaurant.
No, at his house. We were cooking. He don't waste
Anything.
anything.
Well, that's tidbits. Tidbits are all the leftover parts of any type of livestock.
I do agree with China when they hit their kids with some bamboo sticks and need some discipline. That's what we got to start doing with kids in America now. Running around
Yeah,
all
they're-
fucking crazy,
yeah.
cursing at fucking 7-year-old fucking women.
Oh, I'm a firm believer in discipline. That came off as totally totalitarian.
Yeah.
Well,
The way
who
I
got
said
hit as a
that.
kid? I got hit as a kid.
Oh, I got my ass whooped.
Yeah. Did you get hit as a
I
kid?
got a few. Kidding?
Yeah.
Hit. It's not even a definition.
Yeah.
I had to go pick out my own stick sometimes.
Do parents still do that? I feel like kids nowadays are so distracted with iPads and stuff. There's no really room for discipline.
Yeah, I don't know.
So in Albanian culture, we have burek, right? And the burek stick. So
Yeah.
it's a long stick, maybe.
And it's very thin at
Yeah.
the tip.
So we had a burek stick in my house, but my mom didn't make burek.
Wait, what is it? So it's a stick used.
Yeah, so
to
you
make?
take the dough and you roll the dough with it.
Okay.
And, like, and you
Italian
make
people have that
you
too.
make thin layers, yeah. But that was it. We had it, but no burek was made. It was
So that's what you were hit with.
there was.
Well, maybe that's why you became an engineer.
Well,
I believe
So
discipline.
there's really maybe
discip-
nothing really wrong with that, I guess.
I mean, listen, you're not. Listen,
I don't think I would hit
There's
my
a
kid with a
line between
stick.
abuse and a little
of
slap in
course.
the face. I mean, shit. You can't let these kids get away with everything, man.
I think the whole problem is strong people create good times, and good times create weak people. And
Weak people create strong men.
yeah, so now we're seeing the outcome of what strong men have created, and their kids have failed as parents. And those are the kids we're seeing. And then these kids are going to go through pain, and their kids are going to be different.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So we're the stronger group.
If you look at the generations, you look at the baby boomers.
Well, I mean, so one thing I like to say is like, if we look at the standard for intelligence, quite low everywhere. Like, I mean, the more you know, the more you realize how much you don't know is something I'm fond of saying. And I've come to realize that like, I'm so disappointed by the level of intelligence of the majority of people I see. And I'm like, these people will eventually procreate, and their children, you know, unless they learn on their own, their best example is going to be their parents. And that's not a very good example.
No, it's not.
Well, I think society rewards that a little bit.
Especially with the superstition and stuff. Like I grew up, and this things my parents taught me, and it's like in today's world, it's like what the fuck did you teach me? Like that doesn't make sense.
They don't really learn long division anymore, right?
Well, I think my father dropped out in second grade.
Well, I'm just saying in school it's Common Core, different type of division.
So I was looking at the new math they do and how they do multiplication.
Isn't it much harder?
Yeah,
It's algebra. It's more programmatic based, so it's really training the mind to
Training the mind,
as a
right.
programmer would. Yeah.
I will 100% refuse that when teaching my kids, and I will counter the teachers. And I've done every level of math. I've been through all pains that these little teachers have no idea. Like the math I've done is pages and pages of math for one problem. And why would I spend like 3 minutes solving a simple thing I could do in my head or on paper in 2
Just
seconds?
knowing your times table.
Yeah, like what? Like why would
Or
I?
using a calculator.
356 times 484. Yeah, what you want to do is do 3 times 4, and then you want to take 50 times. Like what? What do they call it? What's the?
So in Asia,
There's a name for it.
In Asia, they teach people with an abacus, so they can answer that question visually.
I believe it.
I heavily disagree with it.
Well, whatever they're learning in second grade, we're learning in like seventh.
No, nowadays they learn like they're almost at a calculus level in.
Yeah, but their fucking
grade.
parents
8th grade.
make sure they fucking read books
No,
when
that's
they
not
get
true. That's
home.
just- that's
That's
true.
true.
That's curriculum.
I have a lot of Asian friends, man.
No, it has nothing to do with culture. I'm just saying generally
Oh.
today's curriculum, they're almost at calculus at 8th grade.
See, the thing is, I also thoroughly believe now that I've seen all the math, you can condense it so much better. So like you can really teach algebra at a much younger age and get trigonometry and geometry done, so that by the time you're in 8th grade, you can understand calculus.
Yeah,
very
that's what
easily.
they do. That's what they
Like
do.
we drag stuff out, but that's also because our teachers don't know that much better. I mean, think about it.
They really don't.
Yeah, like the elementary school teachers, no offense to them, they didn't go into the career to become like professional math teachers or whatever.
No, that's not necessarily true. My fiance is in that path, and if you do want to be a math teacher, you do have to take up to calculus, some 4.3 or 4 or something like that. You do have to go through that level of math.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying. Maybe I was misunderstood. I'm saying when their goal is to teach at elementary level, the math that they've learned, like even if she did calculus, that's not what they're going to be teaching at elementary. So the school gives them like a guidelines, like the children need to be able to answer these questions.
Right. They're not practicing.
Yeah. If the schools made the guidelines even more advanced, instead of saying, okay, like the kid should know how to multiply double digits, into saying the kid should have an understanding of what happens when you adjust variables, like and have an idea of this is the problem. These are the factors that can be adjusted. What's the result when you adjust this? If they taught the brain how to actually use the math as a tool, we would be much more advanced.
Well, it also comes down to funding.
Yeah, that's
it becomes political.
Everything's fucking political.
Of course. Listen, there's a right and wrong way to do things. There's a political way to do something.
And I'm not trying to put down teachers or anything, but I mean, like I have plenty of friends who are teachers and they love their job and they do a great, fantastic job. As Donald Trump would say, they do a huge job. But,
Huge job.
there are so many teachers in the States who just took the job just to have a safe, cushiony job, and
Well, some of them are actually like on public assistance in other states.
so I mean, like
there was articles of people being on food lines and they would see their students.
I think that if you're gonna become a teacher, you should do it for the joy and passion of cultivating young minds. And not everyone necessarily thinks that way. So that's another problem we have with our educational system.
Yeah. Oof. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's get a little off topic here. I don't know. I was still into that the Colombian donkey fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
Like what the hell would go through someone's mind? And they get really
I think back to.
I think it hormones, blue balls,
No, I mean, listen,
being a young guy. I mean, come on.
if you were taught to playing baseball is normal, you would play, and you grew up playing baseball, you have an attraction to baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if
I love
if you're
baseball.
being taught that being with a donkey is normal, then you have an attraction to being with a donkey. It's like an outlet.
See, I think that's funny because you say you love baseball, and like I say, when I came here as an immigrant, all of our thoughts were like, "Why are you hitting this ball with a stick?"
Yeah,
Yeah, like
really?
so like it took a while for me to understand the actual sport of it, but I was like, "Yo, why would you want to play any other thing than batting?" You know, I was like, I just want to bat. I don't want to catch the ball. I don't want to do none of that. I don't want to throw it. I just want to bat and get out the park.
Are you a fan of soccer?
So I do enjoy soccer. Basketball is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, baseball, it's a lot more. It's a little bit of a mind game because there's a
see
lot
that.
of strategy to baseball.
Oh yeah. You can.
I mean, basketball, there's strategy to it, but at the end of the day, like one person can carry a basketball team. It's been
well, I mean,
we've
so-
seen that.
Yeah.
one person
with like
can
Michael
carry it.
Jordan, but even then he had to learn how to be a team player because teams win championships.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But if Michael Jordan wasn't there, then they probably would have never won championships.
Well, I mean, so I just saw The Last Dance, so you don't really want to argue.
I was there. I saw
The
the
Last
same thing.
Dance.
The Last
That
Dance.
sounds familiar.
That's with Michael Jordan. It's
Oh,
basically
yeah.
his life.
Oh no.
Well, they had a very good team. Like you had Scottie Pippen, you had Kerr. Like you got the players on that team.
Dennis Rodman.
Oh,
I never actually
He's
watching.
a sick fuck, that guy.
No, watching that, I never really understood Rodman's career. Mind you, Jordan retired when I was 7.
He was a good defense player, right? From what I know.
Yeah, so he came from the Detroit Pistons, who were kind of like that roughhouse team
I
players.
loved the Pistons.
From the 1990s, I don't remember them.
Even to the 2000s when they had Rasheed Wallace. Like these.
Yeah,
these
I remember
guys,
everybody used to buy the Pistons jerseys, the Wallace.
Oh, dude, a fantastic shooter and the physicality. And I love fights in the NBA. It just gets me
No,
going.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Oh, because that's the highest level of physical performance, I believe. Like when you're that into the game that you start fighting, that's
Yeah, but if
I'm
that
more
happens a
excited.
lot.
Yeah.
In basketball, it should. It should not happen in basketball.
It shouldn't happen in any major league
No,
sport.
because
I mean,
basketball there's a certain reputation.
Yeah, I know,
for
but at the
basketball,
same
football.
time, you're
I mean,
making
encouraging
money
in hockey,
You
like-
got kids.
Hockey is hockey, right?
Yeah,
That's
but
part of the game.
It's
in
part of the
hockey.
game.
Yeah, so why isn't it part of the like physicality is a part of any sport?
Well, I don't think basketball is not that physical. I mean, it
They
is.
get,
but-
trust me, they get fined a lot of money when they fight.
Yeah,
a lot of money.
I love
But
it.
I still think one man can carry a team. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's 5
Especially
on 5,
basketball.
right?
Yeah, come on. Listen, if you're LeBron James and you're playing against the Knicks, the Knicks, come on.
Yeah.
There's really no one on the Knicks that can-
Easily 45 points,
Exactly.
right?
I mean, yeah, it
No-
takes
no
6
argument.
people to
I-
take.
I'm not too much in the basketball world. Baseball, football, I think I could talk about.
See, I tried to be a Knicks fan my whole life until like 2005, and that was when I think that's when they picked up Nate Robinson and like David Lee, and I was like, oh no, you guys are done.
How tall is Nate Robinson?
He's small.
He's a short motherfucker, right? But he's good.
Well, see, that's the thing we say he's short,
5'6",
but I
5'7".
I thought he was like 5'10".
Really?
Pretty short for the NBA.
Yeah, that's real short.
Well, yeah.
Average has got to be what, 6'4"?
Well, so the average keeps increasing like every
It does,
year.
yeah. it
Really?
does,
Yeah, like people are just getting so
Yeah.
much taller and taller.
Because Jordan was only 6'6". I'm 6'3". He's only 3 inches taller than me.
Yeah.
That's, 3 inches, but that's Michael Jordan. Come on, you would think playing against.
If I was 6'3", I'd be in the NBA right now.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
Everyone always said that growing up. Oh, you wanted to play basketball.
Oh, dude, I would.
I went to Christ the King, probably
So I
one
see-
of the best regional high schools of basketball.
So this is where I'll get my credit. When I was 12 years old, I used to play with the kids from Christ the King's team at Farmers Oval, and
Farmers over.
yeah,
Holy shit.
and I used to play some hood people, we would say, and you know what they call me, white boy with a ratchet, because your boy could shoot.
All right,
Like,
yeah, you
the
can
thing-
shoot, but
the
when you
things I was
get on
doing-
the court,
I was clapping.
age,
I was clapping at like 13.
what were you doing at 18?
I stopped growing at like
Exactly.
That's the thing, like, you
when you're
have to-
16 years old and you're playing against someone that's 6'5", there really is no competition unless you can outshoot them. Of course, yes.
Well, so the thing is, like, I like to play a little physical as well, and like, so I went to Forest Hills High School, and Mr. C, he's the coach, and he's taken players to the NBA, and he used to tell me like,
What year did you go to Forest Hill High School?
so I
How old are you?
I'm class of 2012.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he told me, he's like, yo, come play varsity. And I'm like, yo, like, so the thing is that the whole scheduling also messes you up because I would take the bus to go to school or drive. I was like, I'm done at 3:00. Practice was at 6. I don't want to go back and forth twice. So that's why it didn't happen. But like when the coach says you could play on the team, you know, that gives you some level of skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played baseball since T-ball. So T-ball through my senior year. As a freshman, so I had to try out, but as a freshman, I was on varsity. I'm left-handed, tall. I was a first baseman, so it's, rare. Not fast, but I can hit, throw, and I can catch. But I realized around junior year that I was going to... MLB is one of the hardest sports to actually become pro in.
Really? I thought it was NFL. NFL.
No,
I think
NFL's easiest.
No.
Yeah, you can walk onto a tryout as a nobody. And
Yeah?
of course.
Well, maybe progressing.
Do you know how many different... There's the single A, double A, triple A, minors, and then the MLB.
That's like, I think that's my regret is not going, like, instead of playing basketball, I should have played football or soccer.
Well, I was an idiot too, because in Forest Hills, I went to Forest Hills, and freshman year, I made the varsity team, and I remember, what's his name? Finkelstein, I think his name was.
Yeah, that's the name.
That's the name, right? Finkelstein? Yeah, I remember him coming he's knocking on the door, and he's like, can I speak to Vic? I said, all right, yeah. Come on. He goes, yo, what the fuck are you doing? I said, what do you mean? He goes, dude, you're failing science and fucking social studies. He goes, you need to pick up those grades if you want to play with me. And that was it. And I was like, fuck this. I dropped out like fucking 6 months later, and that was it. Like an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily... If you were on a basketball team in Christ the King, you could definitely pass.
Yeah, you could have.
It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah. But I just feel like, you know what? I'm not hyphing my name, but I think if I would have stuck with it, I would have probably made it a little bit somewhere. Because just like you, I was tall. I was a great hitter. I'm a switch hitter. First baseman. I scooped everything.
Oh, you play first base?
Yeah, I played.
It must be hard you're lefty or righty?
I'm a righty. It's hard, but you know what? Once you build the
yeah.
mechanics, I mean,
Because my whole catching arm was to the entire field.
and I gotta admit, my dad actually, when I was younger, I think I played for St. Margaret's, right? But I didn't play the first
St. Pancras gang, boy.
Yeah, the first 2 years of playing with St. Margaret's, I think my dad thought because of my age, I wouldn't be on the team because I think he thought it was like for older. So he told them I was 14 when I was really like 11 or 12. So for the first 2-3 years, I was playing with kids 2-3 years older than me and still fucking competing.
Well, that's
fun.
I think that's what it was.
That's
how I met all of our friends. I was always on the age older than me team. I don't even know why. I can't tell you why. But that's how I met all my friends.
Yeah,
but my whole type, fifth through eighth grade baseball was with kids that were older. I played St. Margaret's. I played RGMV, and then I played for a traveling team. And then while I playing that, I also played football. I played for the Queens Falcons.
So you really did it all.
Yeah,
I played for the Queens Falcons.
Yeah, I remember
Jack played for the Queen. He won a championship with the Queens Falcons.
Yeah.
He did. I didn't win.
They banned them from Juniper. That's why I don't see them there anymore. Not sure.
Coaches are nuts. I know one of the coaches passed away on 9/11.
Really?
From the Towers. Coach Steve. That was his name.
That's unfortunate.
But I stopped playing football because it was interfering with my fall league in baseball.
Yeah, I mean,
and that my parents
same with me. I was more into baseball than football. I mean, I played football, but at the end of the day, I was like, it's just not for me.
Nah, I mean,
they always wanted to put me as a lineman. I was always, one of the bigger kids.
Kids.
When it came to games, I was 1 or 2 pounds over. I couldn't play. They tried switching jerseys in the middle of the games to put me in.
Really?
I played 1 game out of a year and a half. I was on the Queens Falcons. I had 6 sacks and a touchdown.
Nice. How'd you get a touchdown on defense?
Yeah, I sacked the quarterback, forced fumble, grabbed the ball, and ran it for a touchdown. It was like 30 yards, and then I fucking think I needed to go on oxygen at the age of 14.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely football's a hard sport.
Well,
it is tough. That's got to be one of the toughest sports.
I just want to note before we segue out of this that St. Pancras would destroy St. Margaret
today or back when I played.
Back when I played.
Well, you're a little younger than me, but
we take your age group too.
I think we
I don't know. We were so
we
good.
made it to with the older guys. I think we made it to the championship twice and lost.
Yeah.
I don't know who we lost to.
Nah, same.
What color were your jerseys? Green?
At the time, we got new colors, and they were like a burgundy.
All right. Well, what colors were you back
I
in
remember
that
the green one. The year, so that was the green was probably. I think green might have been 2006 or 2007.
Oh, I was
So then that might have
graduating high school at that point. Wasn't me. Yeah, we're older.
I know Our Lady of Hope. We would spank every time. That was,
they were-
and I love playing at their stadium behind there. I would hit it over.
I used to go to
garbage.
camp there every summer for Dom Scala.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
He
Yeah.
was a relief pitcher of the Yankees. Well, my high school coach was a Yankee. It was Alan Watson.
oh
wow.
He was my baseball coach.
He was a pitcher.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was a lefty too. So like hitting off of him
I
was
think he's also a drunk. No,
probably. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think I seen him in a couple bars in Queens. Good guy. He bought around the shots once. If I think it was him. Nah, I'm joking. He's
They get pensions, I think.
yeah, they get something. No, I'm
Well,
pretty
that
sure
one-
they.
No, well, his money.
You can get a 401k and put into it. I think,
Well,
but the
listen,
only thing is you can only put in a certain amount. What is it? 18,500 a year.
Yeah, that's your cap.
That's your cap. So
But then you just pop open a 401k.
yeah, just keep popping.
I mean,
Roth
yeah,
fucking
we
kids.
just said
IRA.
Roth
Yeah,
IRA.
yeah,
We just
IRA.
said. Oops.
Yeah. No, that's my punching sound. Yeah, don't worry about the sounds. The sounds are just
No,
background.
I
noise.
meant like
Oh.
you said 401k, and I said that's why you put it in a 401k, but I meant Roth IRA.
I have a Roth 401k. I pay my taxes today.
Yep, I contribute. Oh, by the way, so I get emails. You know, every time I upload a podcast, they send me emails on how to, and it's not directed towards me. I think it's directed towards everyone on a podcast. Is like how to introduce your podcast and stuff like that. But the thing is, listen, I don't think I don't follow rules in a way. Not that I'm a fucking barbarian rebel, but
like
at
to
the same
disrupt.
time, I'm not watching a 4-minute YouTube video on how to begin. I think I'm doing all right. Yeah, I know my intro is a little long. You know what? Build a fucking bridge and get over it for the
Yeah.
people that don't like it. But at the same time, like they're like, you know, I had to read into it. So it's like it says, just start off like a hey and give the date. So basically, this would be me if I read the podcast guidelines.
Well, you read your manuscript.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so hey, welcome to UnFollowVic. I'm your host Vic, and today my co-host Victor has his friend Marvi here. Like, no, that's
No, I hate that.
Dude, that-
no, you know why? Because a lot of those are pre-recorded, and I hate that. And you can always tell them like they don't even edit, like they don't engineer
just-
the audio that well.
listen. I'm listen. Besides Joe Rogan, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other great fucking podcasts out there. But I hit comedy once, and on the top of my page, I think there was one called "Make Me Laugh." I listened to about 4 minutes of it, and I just turned it off. There was nothing funny. It didn't even start to be funny. I don't know how this person has 54,000 fucking followers.
Yeah, I don't know. Time.
Some people they get away with like stupid. It's not. I don't know.
Don't worry.
I got a raw comedy.
See, I like to think as I might be the most interesting man alive, as well as the funniest. So your podcast will blow up now.
I hope.
You know,
Well, I mean, you
it's
are
just-
a D-list celebrity, right?
Well,
yeah.
no.
So just tag D-list celebrity, and you're gonna shoot through the ratings.
Perfect.
No, I think some of these intros, they're they do suck. They definitely.
Yeah.
Some of them are old advertisements. I mean, that's Joe Rogan's old advertisements.
Yeah, but Joe Rogan, he's one of the greatest,
oh, he's
man.
yeah, of course.
And I'm not gonna lie.
he's the greatest.
I didn't really
podcaster
start
of all time.
listening until like a month ago. I know who he was. It's just when I'm doing something, if I listen to someone and they're fucking great, I'll discredit myself. But then I was like, you know what? Instead of fucking thinking it that way, think of how he conducts his things and try to like
Well, you can learn from
Maybe
it.
learn a little
basically,
from
you
it.
got to plug in DMT to every podcast.
basically.
Yeah. No, but you definitely learn from it. I mean, he's one of the guys who paved the way for this platform to begin with.
And you need a Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie,
See,
Google this.
Jamie.
Pull that up.
I think we're gonna turn Jack into the Jamie, but
Well,
I don't know. I mean, listen, like I said, I'm a big fan of Howard Stern, and I know he doesn't like podcasts because it's not radio, but I guess Joe Rogan is technically king of podcasts, but overall,
but I mean, I see them as interviews. I see, like that's the thing. His podcasts are like full on interviews.
it's like an interview discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're so stimulating.
Because
I'm not
they're
gonna-
interesting people. You don't bring boring people onto your podcast.
I know you two are gonna fucking disagree with me in about 30 seconds, but I don't want to make it more than 10 seconds.
All right, go for it.
So this morning on my way to work at 5:30 in the morning, I fucking put on the Joe Rogan Elon Musk.
Which
I couldn't
one?
listen.
Which one?
I'm guessing the newer one because he goes, "You're back again."
Do you like Elon Musk though?
it's just it just wasn't catching my attention.
I mean, again,
You gotta listen. I'm a Stern, and I'm an old Stern fan. I don't really. His shit today is kind of weird, and he's getting I think a little political, but. I like the goofy. I like the craziness.
That's funny. That's definitely funny.
I listened to the Dan Bilzerian one. I fucking loved.
See, I think today, it's the only true. I personally think the only true raw comedy is stand-up comedians and animation. Any other type of media platform is so filtered and politically correct because people get offended very easily.
I wish I had facts on this.
Even comedy's becoming very political. Like comedians are complaining they can't tell their jokes.
That's true, but have you guys ever watched Mad TV in the 90s? Nobody remembers Mad TV?
I remember Mad TV.
Some of this like the SNL, right?
Yeah. It was like SNL, but it was a little bit more raw and raunchy.
I remember.
Some of the skits that were on Mad TV then, I could not imagine being on today. And that was late 90s, early 2000s.
See, I hate censorship. Like I want the rawness.
You know what it is? It's cancel culture.
Yeah.
You say one thing, it stays with you forever, and then you're canceled by the internet.
The whole
because now the people have
the internet. Yeah.
The people can use the internet to their advantage to make a statement.
But wait, I just want to say I have a Twitter account and I only follow Elon Musk.
Really?
I don't tweet. I've tweeted once, to be fair, and that was somebody was saying something very stupid on one of his tweets. I try my best to contain it, but sometimes I just have to intellectually crush someone, full dominance, like a
That's
lion,
the Albanian.
yeah, just a lion ripping apart a gazelle in the wild. That was my one tweet.
Well, I personally do like Elon Musk. So Elon Musk created PayPal.
Yeah, I have.
Tell him to follow me back.
Elon Musk, if you're hearing this, follow him back. Yeah. But speaking of Twitter, I actually just made an account, but not a personal one for our show.
Okay.
I don't know where the fuck it's going. I only follow, I think, 4 people.
Add Elon Musk.
Yeah, we have to add Elon Musk.
I think I do follow him.
Okay, so let me talk to you about that interview that you watched and that you were not interested in. So you have to come in with your it didn't captivate your attention because you weren't, I guess, maybe or maybe not, you weren't aware of what Elon was doing at the time. But some of the stuff he talks about, like what he plans on doing with drilling a small hole and programming your brain, essentially,
Jesus,
was fascinating. He's gonna bring wires into your brain.
Oh no, he's not.
And
I'm never doing any of that.
What they will do is stimulate your brain in ways that you would never be able to do naturally.
Nope. Well, his whole
in 15 years, if you want to call me retarded or have retardation, that's fine.
But
I don't want
but his whole thing with that is to create bandwidth in the human mind. So our human mind is limited to be able to think at a certain capacity. What he wants to do is open that and tap into that and create this bandwidth. However, the one thing I don't like about that is
I like turtles.
what separates you from the person next to you with the same capability. Because at some point, your mind is then being programmed by something else other of being mass-produced, manufactured. So,
and then who says he can't say, just turn this guy off?
No. So think about it this way, right? Video game.
That's a fair concession.
Let's just think about this. A video game, right? Mm-hmm. A video game is mass-produced. Everybody has a video game. Everybody with that video game, while playing that, is in the same confined boundaries of that video game. Now, I'm not really familiar specifically with the specifics of the technology, but I'm sure with all technology, as a software engineer, there are limitations. Even with artificial intelligence, there's limitations.
Another purpose of that was also like somebody who can't walk anymore or had a seizure and loses control of their body. This will re-stimulate the brain so they regain control of it.
Nope, I'd rather die.
Well,
that was theoretical.
I can't.
But the only one
I understand your
scientifically proven thing was the fact that it can create more bandwidth to think. So you can use more percentage of your brain.
So let's say you have 5 people in a room, right? And everybody's a healthy adult. Not all 5 are.
So they don't smoke a pack of cigarettes a day.
Yeah. So they all have the same limiter, essentially, on how much their brain can do. But the difference between them is already going to be huge because it depends on how well you developed your brain. Like if you were playing an RPG and you build your character up, everyone starts from the same, level 1. Mm-hmm. But just because everyone can hit level 100 or whatever, doesn't mean they're going to. So there's already a difference. Now, I think if you were somebody who was already more inclined and more developed intellectually, and you double up on your intelligence, you can make leaps for mankind.
Yeah, but then you're gonna need the money for this, no?
Well, so that's
So
that's
how
what
that's gonna narrow it down?
he said. He said, take a loan, do it, and you'll be smart enough to make the money back.
Yeah, great way how to sell that product.
No, that's true though. It is true.
Yeah, give me $50,000, everyone that's listening to this, and I'll give you $75,000 when I make it.
No, what he's saying is that I'm going to enable you to create as limitless opportunities.
You're just going to be so intelligent.
I'm not really comfortable with him impacting on a social scale. So this really kind of falls into the realm of sociology. I don't think a corporation should do that. I think it kind of crosses the line, especially when it comes to like science, religion, government is a very weird. I don't know. I do like his SpaceX.
Yeah, big fan of that.
He created PayPal, and actually his partners during PayPal came out to create some of the greatest things in the world.
He has a female partner too, right? I think
his other partner created what's the rating app?
Like I said, I was only listening about 12, 15 minutes. I think even longer maybe. I just wasn't. I was tuning in and out.
I watched it, so you got to watch the reactions because some of the facial reactions are.
See, I can't listen to a podcast. I can't watch podcasts. I can't watch Rogan.
I have to watch Rogan. Yeah, just because so Rogan would say something silly, and Elon Musk would give the look like. Do I really have to answer this question? And then, answer.
Yeah,
Or you can see him think. You can see how his brain works at times. You see where he looks like up and to the left, and he doesn't answer you right away. Elon Musk is a person who will look at you and process your question before responding with generic bullshit. But he doesn't respond with generic bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's purposeful.
A lot of my old COO used to do that. You get this like dead stare and.
I mean, there's no rush. You just gotta answer the question.
Yeah.
But I also I'm confident in my intelligence, but it would be interesting if everyone did it and I didn't do it, and they'd just be so much more smarter than me.
But do you think that's true?
Or no, because I'm the smartest man alive.
Well, no. Do you think if human ambition, right? So it's somebody's will to become smarter.
Exactly.
It's not like you're just getting inserted with a bunch of information. Somebody can still get that chip and sit there and watch TV.
It's like building a computer. You can put the highest performance parts in it when you build it. You can get an advanced GPU. You can get an i7 processor, i9, i10 now. But if you only do remedial tasks or use a word processor and watch YouTube videos, you have the components to do a lot more, but you just don't utilize them. Now, the same could be said for people who upgrade their brains, hypothetically speaking.
So I'm a little zoned out right now. And the reason is because my GarageBand just stopped recording. I don't know when it stopped. Thank God I have my backup recorder.
Yeah.
But see, shit's been pissing me off all day. I don't think today was a day to podcast. Jack fucked me up. You came to save the day. Now fucking GarageBand fucking decides to take a crap on me. Thank God I have a backup recorder.
Well, yeah, so that's great. I guess we'll just crop this out, or
no. We're gonna continue. No, I'm not cropping it.
Fuck it, we're live.
I do it. Yeah.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Yeah, no. I don't really edit much. If I edit, it's gonna be maybe like a small little hum, or if someone hits their mic like that or something like that, I'll edit out. Other than that, I'll just I don't give a fuck. It's not like I'm getting paid to do this. So eventually, when I get paid, then we'll maybe.
Even then, I mean, that's what got you to getting
takes
paid.
away the authenticity, right?
Yeah,
that's the whole point of a podcast.
Exactly.
Unless you fart.
I mean, we're not really listen. Theoretically, you want to fucking go into it. Like, how many podcasts are there in the world? Like, what are the fucking odds? All right.
But as an outsider, how long are podcasts even supposed to be?
Yeah, like I get told, a podcast should be no more than 20 minutes.
No,
I get told,
two hours.
2 hours is pretty dope. And then I get, but these are people that have no idea.
I think a podcast is something you listen to throughout the day. So it's like, for me, this is how I listen to podcasts.
It's probably the same way.
I start in the morning on my way to work.
Exactly.
If I have the opportunity to listen to it during work, on my lunch break, then on the way home. By that time, I've gotten about 2 or 3 hours in. There's about 2 or 3 podcasts that I listen to, and they're all 3 hours long.
Yeah.
I don't like 20-minute podcasts, and I don't like 1 hour. An hour is okay, but
I mean, then
like
again,
substan-
you can't like I don't know when I think podcast, I think some form of entertainment or some form of learning.
Of course, no, it has to have
not like okay, I'm gonna try to audio version on how to pour a fine whiskey shot. I wouldn't consider that a podcast.
I think there's definitely
or someone talking about I'm going to teach you how to like dye someone's hair in 20 minutes through that's not I don't know. That's more of a how to. You should just stick to YouTube. Yeah. Because people learn better hands-on or watching it than I would think they would do receiving just a voice.
So you guys are like podcast people, but I don't really watch. I mean, I don't really listen to podcasts. There was an interesting one where it talked about, I think it was in Boston, where museums got robbed of their paintings and they've never found the people. And they talked about how it was done. And like stuff like that is fascinating to me. Like I could listen to like crime podcasts.
But I think that could be on any platform.
Yeah. But
That's a good YouTube video, in my opinion, because it gives you more of the visual element.
Yeah, but it could be more work.
Yeah.
I mean, the
No,
audio, see, that you can kind of picture it.
yeah,
in a way.
like the words, like reading a book. You know, it's a lot more expensive to make a movie than it is to read a book, just to type the words down.
Yeah, it is. But when but the animation tools that are out there, like not even, cartoonish, but
still, like
if you're trying to describe how somebody robbed it, I personally think the visual aesthetic would be helpful.
I don't know.
You show the room, you show the room from the ceiling view, and then the little dot as the person, like that. Describing that, so it has to be done right. I should say that it just has to be done right. You have to be very descriptive when you talk, especially on a podcast.
So Vic, do you want to talk about your bicycle incident?
Oh, we did.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you already talked
I'm
about
up, but I will give an update. People have definitely reached out, but I've healed.
it? Okay,
I got the bike there in the studio. It's waiting. Can't wait to get back on it.
Yeah.
It's really
By the way, I know I can kind of, I'm not trying to say I read your mind, but you're like, what the fuck? This doesn't sound like a good podcast. It's been a really crazy day today.
I never said that.
No, I'm just saying.
Just don't make assumptions.
No, I just feel like, I don't know, like it's so much different. It's just,
No, I mean,
you know what it is? I'm a very maybe now we can, are you a go with the flow or someone who likes to put it this way?
depends.
he's very systemic, basically.
I like to, if I have a goal, I like to structure through it. But if it doesn't work out, then I adapt, because adaptability.
Yeah, you adjust and adapt. Yeah, and I learned that in the military. That's one thing. But I'm saying, like, if you're going on vacation or I don't know, let's give a good example. Something that.
Well, going on vacation. We had this. We go
on this vacation. Right? Say you go on vacation with a few friends. Now you have everyone that's go with the flow. Now you get there, everyone's just sitting on the couch on their phone, and you're like, well, let's say I happen to be there, and I'm like, all right, so guys, what are we doing? Oh yeah, we'll do the beach at 10. Okay, it's 8:00. We all ate breakfast. Now it's 10. All right, guys, we're leaving. Yeah, in 30 minutes. Oh, okay. Now it's 11:30. And it's like, oh shit, like I'm that guy where I'm like, listen, it doesn't have to be precise, but hey, guys, let's do the beach at 10. We'll try to get back by 1, 2. We'll take a shower and go out for brunch, lunch, something like that. That's the type of person
I think the most fun way to do it is, like, let's say you're going to go to Toronto. You say, okay, these are the main events that we should do in Toronto, and we can fill in the rest with whatever side events.
Yeah.
But as long as you say, okay, we're going to go to this spot at this time.
As long as you pick at least some things to do, and then from there you branch off. I feel like today I planned something and everything just started branching off, but burning.
See, I think
the branches were
I think
burning.
differently. Every day, my calendar is 10 o'clock. I have this. 11 o'clock. I have this.
Well, yeah, I'm
2
pretty
o'clock, I have
scheduled
that.
too. Yeah,
I have this. I have that. So when it's vacation time, I go to vacation. I book my place. I don't research
brain
it,
dead.
and I just sit there.
You could book a place without knowing anything.
I can fly across the country and sit in the hotel the whole time.
Really?
Well, yeah, because I don't like to, for me, a vacation is not following a schedule at all. At all.
You want to book a week stay at my place for $4,000?
So if like me and you went on a vacation together, you'd probably end up hating me.
Because I'm going down to the bar. I'm going to eat.
Well, yeah, no,
I'm doing things.
When we would go out, me and my friends, we would ponder what we were doing until 1 o'clock in the morning. So we'd meet up at 8. All right, where are we going? Pre-game. 10 o'clock comes. No one wants to actually decide. I feel like if you were in that room, you would be the one that would want to decide. Or you would just
I would have to decide.
You wouldn't be able to just
Well, I'll probably
like-
make the decide, and because you know what it is. At the end of the day, then nothing gets done.
Well, there's nothing.
That's
wrong
like
with
having a foreman that doesn't have a plan.
Listen, when it comes to running a,
Someone's got to
podcast or
be the
running a
foreman
show,
on
I
that
understand.
vacation.
But when
Someone's-
see, vacation is not. It's not.
I'm not saying
It's not supposed to be.
It's not going like
structured.
a big girl to Disney and everything needs to be coordinated.
So Disney, I can agree with that though. But let's say
Yeah, I know,
let's
but-
say you went to Italy.
All right, we went to Italy. Now we're in the room. When is someone going to say, "Hey guys, let's take a walk to the beach"?
What
or,
if
"Hey
someone
guys,
was like, "Hey, let's meet up at 12." But
okay,
we didn't say what we were doing.
all right,
All right, we meet up at 12. All right, let's go out.
okay."
We go for a walk. We go for drinks.
I'm sure we'll bump into something, but you're kind of planning
But
something.
we're
We're
not on
going out.
I think that's going with the flow. Planning to me is like, all right, we're gonna go see the luge.
No,
12 to
Yeah,
one.
like a
that's
strict
that's
itinerary.
strictly.
That's like, I don't want an
No,
itinerary.
I'm not like that.
I'm not gonna go to a vacation. and
I'm
sit
a
there and do
person
nothing.
where it's
Because then you
like
get stressed out when you don't accomplish the
Yeah.
stuff on your
like
itinerary.
you said, like, oh shit, all right, we're going to Italy. Oh, everyone sees this and that, or they go to this museum. It's known for this museum, or they go to this to see the statue.
That's
You
a
know, I'll be like,
discussion,
hey, let's. In one of those days, we'll do that. So.
yeah, like a discussion. You're kind of like, all right, on the plane, you're talking. Oh yeah, we can do this, or we can do this, but we're not like.
Yeah, but then you
itinerizing,
have
yeah.
those guys where it's like, okay, guys, we set 2:00. We're going to do this, and now it's 4:30. What are we doing?
No,
You know what I mean?
I'm just not that person. I'm not late ever.
Yeah,
I'm not a late
Well,
person.
there's people with responsibility. Like Jack obviously doesn't have responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
So,
Rest in
like,
peace. We have to play the sad song for him for the
Yeah,
Jack
for
tribute.
the-
We got to make
for
a
the
Jack
Jack
tribute.
another reason why I asked Vic on how he was after his bicycle incident is because I was thinking, I rode a Vespa for the first time in my life with no like motorcycle experience, no helmet or anything. So I took it around the block, and as soon as I'm whipping it, this car gets behind me and starts honking. I'm like, oh shit! So then I gassed it up a little bit more, and it was just so much fun. And then I'm realizing like if I fell down, what could have happened?
Oof.
Yeah,
Did you see a picture of me?
oh yeah, you showed me the photo.
That was a bicycle.
Yeah,
and I
so I
had,
was
listen,
like-
I had
At
motorcycles.
4 miles an hour.
Yeah, I had motorcycles for 10
I
years.
might have taken it like 30 to 40.
Yeah, if you fall going that speed, man.
Well, shout out to my boy Phil for trusting me with it.
Yeah, shout out to him because I'd never let anybody ride my motorcycle.
So I was like, yo, Phil, that's yours. He was like, yeah, I just got it. I was like, oh, can I give it a shot? He was like, go for it. I guess he's confident in my common sense and reasoning to not like do something stupid with it.
I'm a little weird though. Like that guy. Like if I was Phil, I probably would have never made anyone touch it.
Nah, but
It
Phil's
depends.
cool. Yeah, I mean, Phil's
no,
like,
I'm
super
not cool then.
I never let anybody
If I
ride my
just
motorcycle.
bought a scooter, let's just say, or even if I had a scooter for a year and I paid $4,000 for it, I'm gonna ask you, do you know what you're doing? You sure you know what
that's
you're
the thing.
doing?
The scooter, it's because of revels. Everyone just
Well, they banned them. There's no more rebels in New York.
but like we had them for
City.
so long where everyone can practically drive a scooter now. So it's like
Some.
I never rode a revel, by the way.
Wait, but no, you need a motorcycle license to ride a scooter.
no,
'Cause
it's
when
not
I
a
went to-
Scooter,
rebel.
yes, but not a revel.
Well, that's electric.
Yeah,
So
but it's
but
still
what-
two
yeah, well,
wheels.
it doesn't make a
and it's
difference to me.
registered. But
You
it
have
is
to
electric, so it
You
doesn't.
have to register a Revel.
Yeah, they all have license plates on.
Well,
them.
how fast do revels go? Because I
35.
Think so isn't the
30 or
cutoff
35?
Isn't the cutoff 30?
Well, they're
then you
banned
need
now.
class
Then
7
maybe it
license.
goes 30.
They're banned now.
They are banned. They're taken away.
Did
Good.
you see the Revel Street gangs? Like you
No way.
I'd be driving through Astoria and you got like 10 people with no helmets riding their Revels. I mean it must be really fun to be them, and I'm really trying not to
guess.
hate on them. But like that's not a good public look. And then you see them getting abused too, like doing burnouts, crashing.
Oh,
all this
really?
and that,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
The Revels were getting beat up. Revels.
I think they're losing money.
Well, see, the thing is,
Well,
I-
lawsuits, I'm sure.
Revel doesn't really care, but what they cared about was like their insurance was going up so much. Definitely.
Well, not
from
only
all the
that,
accidents.
they put them in places where people actually kind of respect it. You bring anything to New York City, I mean,
yeah, like-
especially if the person don't own it physically, they're not going to give a shit.
they
People,
don't-
there's always ways to scam.
People are drinking and driving with the Revels.
Oh, yeah.
like, while and then and recording themselves do it at the same time.
You can get arrested for that. If you drink and drive on a bicycle, that's considered, because a bicycle you're supposed to follow the same guideline rules as a car,
I mean,
a vehicle.
Yeah,
Yes,
you do. Yeah, you do. No, you do.
I know you do.
Well, you don't have to wear a helmet though.
16 and over, you don't.
Yeah.
15 and under, you do.
so the thing is, like,
I'm dying to ride my bike, man. I'm still dying for my bikepacking trip. I spent a lot of money on building that bike.
Yeah,
I am taking that bike to camp before.
Go ahead. But
And
this
those
time, don't
bags,
turn
those-
your GoPro off.
Yeah, no, this time I'm just not going to run at Queens Boulevard.
Yeah.
Well, see, Queens Boulevard is just dangerous, even with a car.
No, I know. I just,
Even
I don't
walking.
know.
Well, it's
That was
had
stupid.
fatalities.
But for my trip, I think what I'm going to do is get dropped off in like right before the George Washington, so I don't have to worry about the city.
You fearing the city?
I just don't want to be bothered with it. Plus, I don't want to really go over 2 bridges. I can just drive over 2 bridges, then drive up. There's actually a ride actually coming up somewhere in like September that a lot of people are coordinating for.
Yeah. What happens when it rains? The show must go on.
Still ride, man. Rough through it.
Shit.
That sucks.
What is not going to kill you?
It's not. People take a shower every day, right? I hope you do.
Yeah.
Well, speed doesn't kill you either. It's just stopping when you're going really fast. That's
Or
what gets
idiots
you,
on the road.
Yeah, speed doesn't kill you. Oh,
But actually,
the impact
learning
of
from the
collision.
Joe Rogan podcast, Dan Bilzerian took a bet of $500,000 if he can drive from some part of California to Nevada. I think it was 300 miles, and he had 48 hours to complete it, and he did it.
you can. That's
So, like-
300 minutes. Wait. You can do that.
300 miles and
Yeah.
48 hours.
Yeah. You can get to Florida in 2 days, in a day.
You're talking about bicycles
No.
or cars?
Wait,
No,
on
I
a
think you're talking about
bicycle.
bicycle.
On a
yeah.
bicycle?
Yeah, no. You
Oh, on a bicycle.
yeah. What did you think I meant?
In a car, I thought you meant.
Oh no.
See, like
48 hours to get 300 miles. Yeah, people do that.
Dan
People-
Bilzerian-
Yeah,
People-
professionals, but this guy, I mean, he's not a professional biker, and it was hard. I
but
mean, he
he's got
did it in
enough-
32 or
I
36
mean,
hours.
he's got enough money to pay. Like,
Yeah,
he
but the
has
thing
enough
is,
money
he
to pay-
had a month to get ready, and he was asking professional bicyclists, like, "Hey, how long do I need?" He's like, "They said, you need about 3 or 4 months to prepare for this."
and he had
I'm pretty
how
sure it was 300 miles. And he had to take the highway at one point. But then he's like, you got to understand, going 35 miles an hour, you hit a little fucking bump. You
you
could
get hurt.
You,
Yeah.
you could die. He's on the highway too.
long? You got a helmet, but still,
But he did it.
good for him. I mean,
That's-
again, he has the money to pay to somebody to like trail him. hand
Yeah,
him
but
fresh
that's what the
water,
thing
like-
was. The guy who bet him, in the beginning, he had, I forgot what it's called. There's a term for that, where like a car will follow you with the doors open, talk to you.
an escort or some sort.
Yeah. But then the guy was like, no, this ain't part of the deal. So he had to fucking break him.
I mean, 300 miles in 48 hours with like, because you got to think, you have to. So I watched, it's called the Great Divide. And what people do is they travel on a bicycle from Canada to New Mexico.
Mhm.
The world record is 13 days, but that also includes sleep
Oh, yeah.
and eating. So a lot of the people, like, you don't realize over the course.
How long do they sleep?
4 hours is the most. So like you can only sleep 4 hours to meet the world record because you have to be on a specific regimen. So you can only travel. I mean, you have to ride at about 150 miles a day to 200 miles a day.
That's crazy.
You can only sleep for 4 hours, and you only have like you really can't stop to get food. But listen, everything is perishable, so you have to stop to get food.
Yeah.
But they do actually eat a lot of fast food because the sodium maintains its.
Actually.
It's kind of fresh.
That just sounds disgusting. Imagine like you're so in shape. Like
I got
don't
an
know
out
you
of
guys,
shape story.
But like, if I don't eat McDonald's, but if I have McDonald's like once every 3 or 4 months, I just regret it. Like
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
just feel
listen,
so gross.
if you're trying to achieve that level of athleticism and you just need fuel to keep you pushing through, no matter what you eat, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're only doing it because you have to.
yeah, but it's just I'd feel.
I mean, listen, if they eat McDonald's, they're getting calories for energy, but they're going to burn off anything that they consume.
That is true.
My bike story. I mean, I'm not a biker. I wouldn't consider myself a biker, but occasionally me and my girlfriend will go on a bike trip, and we did, I think, 10 or 11 miles. The first 6 miles was great, and it wasn't even hard. It's pretty much all downhill.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going to
what
be
I mean.
honest. There's some
Miles
uphills, blah blah
miles.
blah. Coming back, when I tell you, I was dying to the point where I really thought I was gonna die. I was just gonna fall. Like I felt my heart couldn't take it anymore.
Why? Was it like an incline or?
Well, we did the Bronx River Parkway from start to midpoint, which was like, I don't know, 5.5 miles, was fine. Most of it was downhill, mainly even roads. And then on the way back, the turnaround, everything is now uphill.
Yeah, incline.
And after like the third, and I'm not talking hills, I'm talking, I don't know, like a 20 or 40 foot length of incline. But after riding 7 miles, now I'm hitting this. I'm like, fuck. And like I'm standing up, I'm getting there. I'm like I'm actually screaming at this point. I'm like, I can do it. I get up there, and I'm like, fine, all right, good. And we took like 3-minute breaks. You know, sip a little bit of
what
water.
kind of bike do you have? Your own bike or someone else's bike?
No, I was borrowing a bike. She was borrowing. There were treks, and don't get me wrong. If the seat was a little higher, I might have been able to last a little longer. The seat was a little low to where my knee was bending a little more.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you have to get fitted for a bike. Like a bike is not something you can ride with someone else. It's definitely personalized, but you have to be fitted.
But it still I did feel a little like, I got back, and I'd like to do my stretching before and after, and I was just sweat head to toe.
What was the furthest
Like
you've
a
traveled?
hot mess. Huh?
What was the furthest you've ridden on a bicycle?
In my life?
Yeah.
Oh, when we were younger, we would go from here to Manhattan, all around to Central Park, and come back, and I wouldn't feel a thing. Now, I mean, I don't know how many miles is that. I'm gonna say 25 miles tops. I don't know. Could have been more or less.
I mean, the furthest I went run wide was 46 miles. 46.
And that was on not a mountain bike. Those were on the little BMX bikes.
Oh yeah.
My 46-mile ride was on a fixed gear, so it's like a mountain, but it wasn't a mountain bike, no gears. But I went from Queens. I went from Middle Village all the way down to Rockaway to the end of Rockaway, up through like Jamaica, up by JFK. That show was like 46 miles. I also drove to New Jersey. So the trip that I was preparing for was going to be 57.
I just don't get that because, like, for me, like we used to have bikes because we didn't have cars, so you take bikes from A to B. Then you got Vic over here trying to do 100 miles in a day.
Yeah, it's a sport. Cycling is a sport, and for me, it's an outlet, and it's physically
Stress reliever?
yeah. It's definitely there's some sense of it's meditative a little bit. You're out on the road riding. You're in tune with what you got to do with your body. It's you're getting in shape. One of the things that attracted me to that was being cooped up in a house for the past 6 months because of a pandemic.
Yeah.
So it was like, for me, it was like, okay, I can not necessarily be social, but still be outdoors.
See, the thing is, like, I was looking for an outlet as well, but I just didn't know if like biking was enough for the intensity. So I started running. And after
God, you guys are mentioning things where I'll fucking die.
Running is worse for me.
This is month 2, and there's no such thing as a runner's high. This is just painful, and I hate it. In my head, I look like Ivan Drago training, like on the treadmill and stuff. But outside, it's just it's brutal.
The only time I've gotten that type of like physical activity high was through deadlifting.
Really?
Where like you just come home and you're extremely super happy.
You're mentioning things I'll
benching.
never do.
Yeah.
I used to love deadlifting because then you come home, you're so happy.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what it is, but you're just like the world is great. Life is great. You could be in the worst situation in the world, but life is great.
From deadlifting?
Yeah. When you really, really strain your body, all those endorphins kind of flow out of your brain.
I would break my body.
You're so happy. It's crazy.
The first time I benched over 200, I felt like I was Superman at the gym. Yeah. You got people on steroids, I'd look them down. like I'll crush you.
Even though they're like curling with you.
That's almost like that liquor courage you get. Like you see people go to the gym. Some of them are like, I mean, come on, man, just do your fucking workout and get the fuck out.
The fucking gallons.
Stop
of
taking
water.
pictures. Who cares about your fucking gallon of water? Stop slamming the weights. That's one thing I can't fucking stand.
I mean, when you're deadlifting a lot of weight, you have
and I feel bad for the women that go to the gym because, listen, honestly, I know women only work 3 parts: ass, abs, and fucking legs. But they're going there just to work out. Maybe they got a lot of stress going on. And then you got these guys that keep walking past them. And like, I'm a very visual person.
Yo, bro, you see that girl?
Like, I'll concentrate more on what's around me. I think that might just be a military thing, but I'll concentrate more what's around me than what's just like in front of me. So like, I'll be like on the elliptical, or when I used to go to the gym, or if I'm doing back, and I'll just be staring. I'm watching the same guy. Like, he's been on the machine for 30 minutes. I'm already on my 4th different machine. I'm already on the 2nd level. This guy's still there, hasn't even touched it. Taking 4 or 5 minute breaks in between, not even lifting that much. They're just there because that's just their thing. I'm not bashing on people that work out. I just don't think
bash them.
You have, I know.
I hate gyms.
Yeah. I just don't think. Listen, don't take this the wrong way. I just think people that train and all that, I don't count it as a sport. I think it's because anyone could go to the gym and learn how to work out, but I don't think anyone could just sit in a batting box and hit a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. Or I don't think anyone can just hit 10 threes in a row. But anyone can learn
I can
how to
hit 10
work
threes
out.
in a row.
I think it becomes a sport.
I can hit 23.
When you're in a competition, maybe.
Yeah, when you're competing,
like the
power
fucking
lift-
heavy
powerlifting.
Yeah, powerlifting, or what do you call those monsters that are lifting 500 pound cement
strongman?
balls? The
Strongman.
strongman competition.
Yeah.
That I'll count as
That's
a
an art.
sport.
Listen, deadlifting is an art.
That's abnormal what those
because
people do.
You got to realize you have to be perfect in how you deadlift something, especially when you're lifting hundreds of pounds, because then you don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot. That's one for me. I'm a little bit insecure at gyms because I feel like everyone's watching me, especially when you're deadlifting or squatting. It's kind of in the center of every gym. But if you're not doing it right, and you know you're not doing it right, you're trying to tune in, but like people kind of watching you, and like somebody's waiting for the machine. I hate gyms. I hate gyms.
But correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, one, being in the military, 60 minutes of cardio mixed with a little muscle failure or calisthenics is really all you need. And that's with a couple breaks in between. If you're going to a gym at 4 p.m. and getting out at 7, you're obviously there for, I don't know.
Yeah, unless
you
you're
don't have
competing,
TV in
unless
your
you're-
apartment.
yeah. Unless you're training for a
either you don't
competition.
have Wi-Fi or TV in your apartment. And if you're training for a competition, I doubt you're going to be at fucking Planet Fitness too.
Yeah.
I mean, so I used to go to the UFC gym in New Hyde Park. And what I would see is like people would bring 6 people, like the entourages. If you're working out in a group of 6 or 7, and you're all doing back
Just go to the bar.
or like at the same stuff, it takes hours, and like they literally watch each other jerk off for fucking 30 minutes and then
Touch
finish
each
up on
other.
there. And you can tell like only 2 people really work out, and the others are just there for the show. But that's why I stopped going to that. I mean, the staff was great at UFC gyms. Shout out to Tommy, but they really, I think people need to be honest with themselves. Don't go to the gym if you're not going to work out. Just save everybody the trouble. I mean, but you know what?
Save yourself the money.
I hate. I'm not being racist because I got like Packy people are my boys. It's the Packy people. They be going there with their whole village. I swear. Yeah. It's like they make it a thing. Like, oh, we'll go work out and grab halal after. Like, no, bro, just don't go to the gym. Like,
Oh, it's really good.
yeah, I had halal today, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, you have people like us who want to go and work out, and then you got to wait 1 hour to do what you want to do. So then you start going later. But the problem is everybody else tries to go later too.
Yeah.
You got to have private gyms now.
To be honest, the best. I mean, I was at a gym on Middle Village. It was called Vigorous.
That's like a woman's gym, isn't it?
No, it's not a. No,
Isn't
it's
it
a
like
private gym.
like
No, there was
Pilates?
guys there. No,
Do they have like squatting racks and
they have everything.
Deadlift?
Everything a gym would have.
Really?
And it was really good, to be honest, because I walk in, everything was available.
Because it's a woman's
People. No, it wasn't. No, there was definitely guys there, 100%. It was more expensive than your average gym. So that's why I went there. 1, because it was definitely clean. 2, the whole world wasn't there. And 3, you could pretty much go at any time. And
Have you seen a Lifetime or an Equinox? Or Equinox as they pronounce it?
Equinox because of I don't lifetime closed
Phenomenal.
down.
So you're paying at least $150 to $200 a month for it, but you don't have any of these problems.
Yeah.
Like you're only going to be around higher class people because I mean, it's unfair for me to say higher class just because somebody can afford to pay more.
yeah.
But like
Well, some people don't. I mean, it depends.
There's a different type of people there.
It's a more posh environment, and you can get your workouts in, and you don't have to worry about any of these problems. I would pay the premium. Like if this was like, I have my own gym, but like if I was near a Lifetime or an Equinox, I would gladly pay the premium just to not deal with
that.
others.
Yeah. That's the downside of gyms.
Yeah.
Especially when you have, it's $20 a month and everyone signs up and then they don't go and then there's people there not committed.
Because think about it this way: this is the most valuable thing a person has is their time. And if you're going there and you say I'm going to work out for an hour, and you have to stay there for 2 hours to get your 1 hour workout in, your time is worth more than that $150 or whatever. I mean, I guess if you're not making a lot of money, it might be more difficult to balance. But like if you're going to go to the gym every day, five days a week, that's 20 times a month. I'd rather have saved 20 hours and pay that $150 than pay $20 and spend 2-3 hours to get.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean,
What's the gym in Glendale? And there's one.
retro?
Yeah, I got to bash them for a second because I think I was a fine paying customer. I always paid on time, right? Even though it came out of my bill. But I was heading to basic training back in 2014. And I told them that. and I showed them my paperwork and stuff. I'm like, hey, just so you know, I'm leaving. I'm
Yeah,
going.
they don't cancel you.
They didn't cancel me. I had to pay $320 fee, which was disgusting.
Wow.
So I guess they're not military friendly.
Yeah, they should have definitely
That sucks.
waived
Yeah,
that for you.
I mean, I get it. It's $10 a month, but you know what? I was.
You're going to serve the country.
I don't. Listen, I'm not looking for any type of
technically you
thing, but at the same time, well, I was, but at the same time, it's me saying, hey, listen, I'm no longer going to be here, so why pay the money? I said, I'll pay for the rest of the month or whatever it is, and they're like, yeah, no problem, blah blah blah. I figured everything was good, and then like a month and a half, 2 months later, I got hit with a bill and I got hit with a late fee bill too.
So you gotta have it in writing.
Yeah. And it's not like I was that guy that paid $10 a month and, I would fucking use and abuse your place. No, I bought a shake every day after my workout. That was already $15. So, I was spending close to $15 a day, four to five times a week I was going there, plus my $10. So it wasn't like I was
You're looking at $60, $75, you times up by 4, you're dropping like $300 a month.
Yeah. Oh shit. See, I didn't even know that.
Should have went to Equinox.
Ed fucking nah. Anyways, I wanted to bring up this tunnel to towers. All right, so we have a piece of shit mayor, and I'm pretty sure the governor is involved with this, Como. So basically, they did stop the 9/11 memorial. They said it's too what's the word I'm looking for?
Risky?
It's too risky during the pandemic and the COVID.
But you can get 100 people to paint Black Lives Matter.
You could,
Not that I'm against Black Lives Matter, but I mean, like, I don't understand.
Nothing
how you
against.
can't
Yeah,
have
but
these
he's
lights.
over there rolling it. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, what are the lights gonna do?
So this is what
Make them ultraviolet.
and this
lights.
is news to me. I was checking my Facebook feed right before I got on here, and I seen a friend, and he posted, and he's legit. I know everything he posts is legit. So he said the CEO of Tunnels to Towers hired their electricians from Broadway Electric. They're going to be doing it on their own, and they'll also be reading the names. So the 9/11 memorial, if you're listening, is not canceled.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it might be canceled in their mind, but we're still going to go on with it. And I believe either the mayor or Como is going to start taking credit and saying, yeah, we actually
Cuomo's
thought
taking
about
credit
it.
already.
Yeah.
Cuomo's already taking credit.
Yeah. He
So
will.
I did hear that the funding was coming from like nonprofits and other third parties.
The CEO of Tunnels to Towers, shout out. And please visit their site, contribute whatever you got, whatever it is. It can definitely help a family. And I know one thing that they do,
Like,
this is
disgusting.
horrible.
We have to talk about this.
Never
like,
forget.
Yeah, like-
and we're forgetting already.
like who? Like
Yeah, it's
you know what the
terrible.
problem is that De Blasio comes from a communist family and he has a socialist.
That's not even his real name.
Yeah, it was Warren, right, or something like that.
Can someone pop that up real
Yeah.
quick? Because
Jamie, can you get that?
yeah. Jack, can you? Oh no, Jack's not here. Yeah. But yeah. So Tunnels to Towers, shout out to them. They also if you lose a loved one, first responder.
Warren Wilhelm Jr. So I was right.
Yeah, that is the whitest fucking name you can get. You can't get whiter than
His
that. That's
parents-
almost next to Ezekiel.
His parents had government positions and they were forced out of their jobs because they were too communistic.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine the upbringing he had. And then he went to Nicaragua to support a socialistic movement and then comes back here, changes his name, and then suckers
could
everyone into a Democratic Party position. Like,
Yep.
the man is literally the dirt beneath my feet. That everyone should.
Well, I don't
treat
want
him
to keep blowing them up. Fuck them.
I'll blow
We
him.
got 18 months left.
Well, actually, let me finish that sentence because I said I blow him. I'll blow him the fuck up anytime, man. He is garbage.
Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up. No news today. I think we're gonna stop with the news anyway.
Wait,
I mean,
Jack,
who
what's
gives
Jack's news?
Jack's news? Wait, let's see. Maybe Jack will come back to life. Jack, you there?
Jack.
Maybe it's his Wi-Fi.
Is it Fredo?
Oh no, Jack's not there.
Oh.
All right. Well, Marvi, thank you for coming on last minute.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Very knowledgeable guy, man.
Well, I try to be. Thank you. Well, it was fun.
I don't think he
had a
tried
lot
to
of
be.
fun.
I think he just got a few ass whippings and the discipline helped us. No,
Good thing for that stick.
I may have exaggerated about the stick. I don't want to get my parents in trouble.
no, you won't get that.
No, I think it's okay.
You got to file the report.
Now they're going to hear the podcast, and I'm really going to get it.
No, you'll be all right. Any last words?
No, but this was a lot of fun.
All right.
So if Jack,
Anything you want to promote? Do you have a page? Anything I can help you with?
just the Instagram, D-list celebrity.
D-list celebrity. Oh, that's your real Instagram name?
Yeah, that's
all right.
So I mean,
Any underscores?
yeah.
Yeah, get it out there.
Has anybody else had a problem of face lock with the masks on?
So it's
What do you mean face lock? Like
You can't unlock your phone when you have a mask on?
Oh,
It's so
really?
Yeah.
it's D-list_celebrity.
There you go. Victor, what do we got?
That's it. I want to thank the listeners. It's been fun. Get ready for the next episode. And thank you for support.
Jack, what do we got?
I like turtles.
Good for you. All right, guys. This is episode 14. It's been real. What do we got here? We got here an hour and 25 minutes.
That's good. Yeah.
That's good.
That's
Oh,
long.
I got to fix this GarageBand thing. Thank God I got a backup recorder. Jesus. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll figure it out. Once again, episode
14.
14 was in the making. You can follow us on Instagram. I'm on Twitter now. Facebook. UnFollowVic. One word. Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio. We'll be on Amazon shortly once they release. That's all, man. Thanks for listening out. Everyone have a blessed day. Take it easy.